Good morning. Hello, hello. Today is the 15th. Okay, perfect. All right, there we go. Looks like finally are tuning in. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Okay. Ooh, maybe I'll go with the jacket while we're waiting for everyone to tune in. That's a good idea. Good morning, Cheryl. Hello.
Did you finish your rack? Or did you end?
I ended off this. That's what still needs done.
Okay. Keep them down.
All right. Good morning, Caroline. Hello. All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving weekend and everyone's stuffed full of turkey and stuffing and potatoes and all that fun stuff. Good morning, Stacy. Hello. All right, might as well get started. So my name is Michelle. I am the 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a 3X top and bottom. I typically wear an 18 to 20W in Judy Blue jeans. And for height right friends, I am 6'1". I am very tall, so I will talk about how things fit from a tall person perspective while I go through things. So I go live every Tuesday to try on all of the plus size drops that are launching throughout the week. So let us get started with today's daily drop. Everything I'm about to try on in the next little bit here will be launching today at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So let's start with this jacket, this denim jacket, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is from the brand Risen. This is the Douglas oversized distressed jacket in espresso. This one's gonna be retailing for $99, and we have it available in sizes small through 3X. So that is a small, medium, large, 1X, 2X, and 3X. So I am wearing the 3X here, and it definitely fits perfectly like a glove. I have been super impressed with everything that Risen has put out this last season. Everything that they've released in their plus sizes, even though with their pants, like they have numbered sizes for straight sizes and then it's just a 1X, 2X, 3X for plus sizes, I find that the fits have still been incredible. And this jacket, while not having a numbered equivalent in the straight sizes, I still find that the plus size letters are absolutely like true to size and they fit fantastically. Hey Reen, hello, welcome in. I love the color on this jacket. I like that we're seeing more of a neutral brown. I feel like a lot of the browns we've been seeing launching lately, especially in something like denim, have been more warm toned, more like toffee and that kind of thing, but this one is more like a true neutral brown, so it's gonna pair with so many different things, which I love. Super gorgeous. I love all of the little like distressed elements we have all over it too. We've got a bunch of little like fraying here. We've got some up on the chest, on the pocket. And then if I turn around and move my hair, we can see that there's some on the shoulder blades in the back. There's none on the actual like mid back of the jacket, which is good because that's kind of more of like a structural piece, so I think that works. But it's just a really nice jacket. I love the length too. It's kind of that like true like right at the natural hip, not cropped but not long denim jacket, like a true like Levi's jacket. Just super, super stunning. Oh, Reen, I totally, but like they're gorgeous. They are, I get why you'd want it in multiple colors because like they are just chef's kiss. It is such a nice jacket. I definitely like screams. This is something you can wear all year round, but definitely super like fall appropriate with the colors and everything too. Like just stunning. Once again, this is the Resin Douglas oversized distressed jacket in espresso. This one's retailing for $99. Small, medium, large, 1X, 2X, and 3X. I'm wearing my usual 3X and everyone takes their true size in this jacket. Like I said, Risen really nails it. I feel like everything is super true to size that they've released so far. There are more Risen jackets coming. I don't know when. There was another one that I tried on that was a little bit more of a relaxed fit that's going to be launching next week. But I think there are a couple more coming. I'm not sure if everything's coming in plus. I just know that we just did photos just now. And I did this one, and there's another like olive green that has like a hood that's coming next week. But I'm not sure about the like whole launch. That's just what I know about for now, Stacy. All right, I'm going to go hang the jacket up, and then we'll talk about the dress. Okay. Okay. So other than the jacket, the like color theme for today's daily drop is this like gorgeous, rich hunter green. And that's one of my favorite like fall like jewel tone colors, so I'm really excited about today's daily drop. So this is the, where are we? The Bliss Shift dress in spruce. This is the third colorway we've had in this. We had a like neutral beige launch last week, as well as like a wine colored one. And now this is the spruce color. This one's gonna be retailing for $54, and this one's available in sizes small through 2X. But I do find that the 2X from this brand, which is called Nido Shop, does kind of fit me like a true 3X would. So I would say that they tend to be a little bit on the oversized side for this one. So I am wearing the 2X in this guy. Thank you, Rian. I took my extensions out a couple months ago now, and for a while I was really like, I felt like I had no hair afterwards, but the nice thing about the extensions is that by having like the extension hair sandwiching my natural hair was able to grow longer than it, like usually it just kind of gets to here and it just stops. So this is the longest my natural hair's been like pretty much ever, and I've been able to maintain the length for the last couple months. So I'm pretty happy about that, so thank you. But yeah, so with this dress, I found that for whatever reason, the beige one that I tried on last week was super short, and I had to style it as a tunic. I had to wear it with like jeans or leggings underneath, but the wine one was longer for some reason, because I tried the 2X on in all of them, but the wine one was a little bit longer, and it is still definitely on the short side. I would probably still style this with leggings, but I could get away with it. And then the spruce one fits me like the wine one did as well. Like this one, again, it's definitely still a little bit on the short side. I would still style this with leggings, but I am actually able to wear this as a dress comfortably and not worry about anything kind of exposing itself, if that makes sense. But it is definitely still a little bit on the shorter side for me. But I think it's because it kind of has that like shapeless kind of like shirt dress vibe, especially with the way it's got the yoke in the back. I think that my perfect way to style this would be with like a little skinny belt around it with leggings and a pair of tall boots. I think that would just be so classy and gorgeous. Definitely would go with gold accessories with this shade of green. I think it would just be like killer gorgeous. It also has pockets as well, which is nice. They're not super deep pockets. As I always like to joke, it's just like something to put your hands in your pockets, but you don't know what to do with your hands when you're talking. That's me. I never know what to do with my hands. Okay, so again, this is the Bliss Shift dress in spruce. This one's gonna be $54, sizes small through 2X. Everyone wears their true size, and then I wear the 2X, and I do find that it does fit me fairly well as a 2X, almost like it's a true 3X for this one. All right, I have three tops, and a pair of palazzo pants. So let's go switch into those, and I'll be right back. Okay. See, this I'm obsessed with this shade of green. It's one of those colors that just I feel like looks really good on everyone. I love a good like a dark rich color, so this just like screams yes to me. So let's start with the tank top. This is the Love Always Button Henley tank in Hunter Green. This one's gonna be retailing for $36 and available through small through 3X. Everyone wears their typical size for this one, so Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa takes the 1X, and I am in the 3X. So very true to size for this one. This one is like a poly rayon spandex blend, and it does have a ribbed fabric. I'll get up close so we can see it is like a very fine ribbed texture, but there is a ribbed texture here. We do have these buttons. These are fully functional buttons. Much to my dismay, I don't know who decides to do this, like when they ship them to us, but all of the buttons are done up except for the very bottom one and the middle one are undone. I'm like, those are like the least likely buttons that you would want undone, and so I had to struggle because I have like pretty long nails and they are gel nails, so they're like a little bit thicker. Trying to do up this button, it took me like 5 minutes. It was awful. So like once I got it done up, we're good, but oh my god. And so these are fully functional buttons all the way down to the bottom because I definitely struggled because this is a fully functioning button. But now that it's done up, it's super cute. I'm super happy with it. It is, I'll kind of pull down the pants a little bit. I have it tucked in like a bodysuit so we can see that it is more of like a slim fit tank top. It's not loose and flowy. It is definitely going to sit closer to the body for more of a fitted look, which I'm okay with. I feel like for a lot of these like ribbed tank tops like this, that is kind of the expectation. It's not meant to be like flowy and loose. It is meant to be kind of like skimming right along the curves. And then if I turn around to the back, we can see it is kind of like your typical tank back there. Super awesome for tucking in kind of like that like bodysuit without the tails, which is exactly what I've done with pairing it with this pair of pants. So once again, this is the Love Always Button Henley tank in Hunter Green. $36 for this one, sizes small through 3X, and everyone took their typical size for this one. Thank you, Caroline. I am definitely a fan of this outfit. Like, it feels very classy, but also really comfy. Which, speaking of classy and comfy, these are the Presley Palazzo pants in black. We launched these last week in more of like a rusty orange color. Here we have them in black, which is like perfect classic. These ones are gonna be retailing for $99, and we have them available in an amazing size range. We have all the way from small up to 4X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X. So super inclusive, super like varied size range, which I'm always really excited about. For these ones, everyone took their typical size. So Christine in small, Carrie's in the medium. Melissa opted for the 1X as opposed to the extra large for these ones, and I am in my typical 3X. So again, true to size on these ones. I'm also really happy with the length of these pants. As you can see, like I'm very tall, like I mentioned at the start of my live. I am 6'1", and these pants are like touching the floor on me. I'm not wearing shoes, but I wouldn't be able to wear like a tall heel, but I could even wear like a kitten heel with these and they're not gonna be too bad. If you are petite, you might end up having to hem these guys or at least wear them with something with enough of a heel that you're gonna get that elevation. But for myself who has like a 35-inch inseam, these are still like a fantastic length. These are actually working for me, which is fantastic news. They also have a super stretchy smock waistband, which are super comfy. Like they really do feel like you're wearing like beach cover-up pants, but because they are this more like streamlined, more elegant looking like polyester fabric, they're definitely not giving beachwear pant vibes. They're giving very like elegant, elevated, dressy vibes, especially in the black color because it's going to pair with literally anything. So once again, these are the Presley Palazzo pants in black. $99 for these ones, and like I said, amazing size range option from small all the way up to 4X, and we all took our typical sizes for these ones. All right, we have two more tops. We've got a short sleeve and a Henley long sleeve. Let's do the Henley long sleeve first. Okay, here we go. So this is the Hadley long sleeve Henley in Evergreen. This one's retailing for $74, and it is going to be available once again in an incredible size range. This one is available in sizes small through 4X, with both an extra large and a 1X available. This one definitely fits a little bit more on the generous side. So Christine and Carrie took their usual sizes with small, medium. Melissa opted for the extra large as opposed to the 1X. And then I'm wearing the 3X. I could probably size down to the 2X if I wanted it to be a little bit less oversized and generous. But for me, I really like the more oversized vibe. And the best part for me is that the sleeves are a really good length for me in the 3X. They have the little like thummy hole things that I feel like, I don't know who, like this has probably been around forever, but I feel like when I remember these getting big was the Lululemon scuba hoodies were like the things that everybody had that did this. And then it became really big, but it's got the little like thumb holes. I mean, Ampersand does this. It's definitely not just a Lululemon thing, but that's how I remember it being big. That's probably just because it was the first thing I was exposed to that did that. But anyways, so I'm still sticking with my 3X so that I have lots of room in the sleeve so that I can do this comfortably. But it is definitely a little bit on the more generous, like it is a relaxed fit as we describe it. So I would say true to size, but if you don't want it to be quite as relaxed, you could definitely size down in this one. It is a 50% cotton spandex blend, so it is really nice. It's a little bit on the heavier side, but it is still breathable because it is that cotton blend as well. And it definitely feels just a little bit more luxurious because it is that cotton percentage. I'll get close so that we can see it is like a waffle knit, which is always, I don't know why, but whenever I see button up Henleys like this, I always expect them to be waffle knit. And this one is, so it meets my expectations. And then once again, I'll show up close. It's got the little like thummy hole thingies like that. I could tuck this in to the pants, but if I were to do that, I would probably want to size down to the 2X because I find that this one is just a little bit too big to tuck into a high waist pant like this without looking a little bit too like scrumpled, if that makes sense. These are also all fully functioning buttons. I did struggle equally with doing up this button on the bottom here. And then when I tried to do this one, I said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna undo the top one instead. So all 4 of these buttons are fully functional buttons as well. And then if I turn around, oh, of course, my tag is out. I even tried to tuck it in and it still didn't. We can see kind of what you'd expect, classic like t-shirt fit in the back. This one is, again, because like I said, it is a little bit heavier because it is the cotton spandex blend, sorry, cotton poly blend. So it is a little warm. I'm also just really warm because I was like dashing like a madman trying to finish my photos. I still didn't get them all done. But it's so I'm a little sweaty anyways right now, but this one is definitely a little bit on the warmer side. So when it starts to get like even cooler like it's supposed to, at least here in the next week, layering this under a vest to go out for a walk will be super, super cozy. I know, Reen, I'm obsessed. Like I said, the Daily Drop, all of it is these like deep greens and teals, and I'm obsessed. I love these colors. So anyways, again, this is the Hadley long sleeve Henley in Evergreen. 74 for this one, and sizes is small up to 4X, which is incredible. True to size, but if you want it to be a little bit less of a relaxed fit, you could probably size down. Okay, and I have one more top that is also in a lovely shade of green. So I'm gonna go throw that one on and be right back. I think this one might be my favorite shade of green of all. This one, I would say, of all of the pieces I've tried on, is probably the most true green. The others all have a little bit more of like a blue undertone to them, whereas this one, I think, definitely reads the most true green, but it's definitely still in that same like vibe. But this one is like, the other ones I wouldn't quite describe as an emerald green because of the blue undertones, but like to me, this is like a rich emerald green. So this is the Say Yes Sloob. I always say, I think it's Sloob, I never know. Short sleeve tee in hunter green. This one's gonna be retailing for $39, and this one is available in sizes small through 3X. With this one, this is a rayon spandex blend, and everyone wore their typical size. So Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa in the 1X, and myself in the 3X. This one is also a bit more of a relaxed fit, but these types of tops kind of have that. It's not quite like boat neck vibes, but because it has like the dramatic like drop shoulder and like kind of like the drapey sleeves, it almost gives that kind of like loose, like slouchy vibe. So I definitely would recommend staying with your true size. I do think that it's meant to have a little bit more of that movement and that slouch to it. This one, actually, I'm going to step off camera for a second, because it has that looseness that kind of drapes over the shoulders and bust in a different way. I think this one actually would look really cute tucked into something high-waisted. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like this one just has like a different kind of like shift and movement to it. So this looks really, really cute tucked into something high-waisted. I love how the sleeves fall on this one, because they do have that like dropped shoulder, and so the sleeves are like a typical t-shirt sleeve length, but they hit a little bit lower just because that shoulder line is starting down here instead of up here like you would expect. I also love that it is a rounded neckline, but it's not a crew neck, it's definitely a little bit wider. And then if we turn around, we can see that that kind of continues in the back with it being not just a crew neck. It is round, but it's a little bit wider and less dramatic of a curve. I'm just obsessed with the color, and I like how like flouncy this top is for sure. Thank you, Deb. Yeah, I'm like over the moon obsessed with this color. Like it's gorgeous. I think it's something that works as like, it could be made a Christmassy green if you wanted it to, but also if you style it without adding like any red or anything like that, it's also just like a super like really nice neutral, very easy to wear green. So I know a lot of people seem to shy away from green. I've always loved green. Green's always been one of my favorite colors when I was in university. Green was my favorite color, lime green specifically, and everything in my dorm room was like lime green and black and white. That was like my thing. Now not so much lime green, but like these like very rich jewel tone greens are definitely in my favorite kind of color palette. So again, this is the Say Yes short sleeve tee in Hunter Green. Size is small to 3X. Everyone took their typical size in this one, and it will be $39. Okay, so that was everything for today's daily drop. That'll be launching today at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So that includes the 3 green tops, the green dress, the brown jacket, and the black pants that I'm currently wearing. Okay. There is an outfit drop tonight, but none of them come in plus, so let's move on to Tuesday. So just as like a little PSA, there's only one pair of jeans, like one other pair of pants other than these for the entire week that comes in plus. We have one pair of Judy's. There are a pair of Can-Cans launching on Wednesday, but they do not come in plus. So I'm gonna put the jeans on, and I will be wearing them for literally the rest of the live, because that is all I have for pants for this week. But I'm not actually gonna talk about them until we get to the day of their drop, but I'm just gonna be wearing gray jeans for the duration of my life. So just so everyone has a warning, I will talk about them when we get, I believe they're launching on Thursday. So I'll go through what I can, and then we'll be back. So let me go change onto those gray jeans. Same thing happened for photos. I wore them. I was able to get through like this week's photos super quick because I didn't have to keep changing pants and shoes in between. I just kept, once I had the pants on, I just leave the shoes on, and it was just like, boom, change top, boom, change top. So it went pretty quick, but yeah, just a heads up. So I've been wearing this pair of jeans for a hot minute now, and we are very well acquainted, and I'm probably gonna have to adopt them now because I've spent too much time with them, and we're a bonded pair now. So, I mean, I'm being a little silly, but it's funny because speaking of like getting attached and being a bonded pair and stuff, I've had a lot of people ask me, because I really love animals and I love animal rescues and stuff, and like I always, like whenever I see like rescue websites, I always wish I could adopt them all. Like my dream, if I won the lottery, is that I would go buy an acreage somewhere like outside of the city, but not too far outside of the city so I'm still close to everything, but I would buy an acreage and I would just build like a rescue sanctuary, and I would just adopt a bunch of dogs, and that would just be my little place. It's just all these dogs. And so people always ask me, they're like, well, why don't you foster dogs? Especially before, because I have 2 of my own. And before that, people would always be like, oh, why don't you foster dogs? But my thing is that I could never foster, because I know that as soon as I have an animal living with me for more than like 3 days, that's mine now. Like, that's my dog. You can't have it back. It's mine now. And it would absolutely, like, I know there's a term called foster fail, which is where the foster family ends up keeping the pet that they're fostering. That would be me every single time. I wouldn't be able to not keep them forever. So that is why I do not foster. And now too, also because I have 2 dogs of my own, I do not, because my one dog is a little bit like choosy on what other dogs he likes, so we wouldn't be a good fit. If it was just my older dog, we probably would, but my corgi is dog selective, so we do not adopt them. Yeah, exactly. I can adopt genes though. These genes can be a foster failure. That is just fine. I don't think anyone's gonna be upset. I don't think my dog will be upset of me bringing another pair of pants into the home. Okay, anyways, we're getting into the Wednesday daily drops. I have 2 pieces. This is the Unconditional Love sweater tunic vest in taupe. So we launched this one in gray, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And people went absolutely ham for it. People were very excited. And we're like, more colors, more, we want this. And so we are like, okay, yeah, we can absolutely get more. So we have it launching in not just 1, but 2 additional colors on Wednesday. So the one that I am wearing currently, this is the color Cocoa. And then we also have the color Taupe, which I will grab. I won't try them both on, they do fit exactly the same. There are also photos of me in both that will be going up on the website. So I am wearing the Cocoa, and then this color here is the Taupe. I honestly really love this. I always am worried that this kind of shade of like brown isn't gonna look good on me because it washes me out, but this one actually really suited me. And then the Cocoa is just adorable. I do love that it has that white kind of like fuzzy like modeling through it as well. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So those are the 2 colors that we have that one launching in. So these ones are going to be retailing for, if I can read my iPad, there we go. These ones are going to be retailing for $64, and they come in 2 sizes. They come in small, medium, and then medium large. So Christine and Carrie both wear the small, medium, and then myself and Melissa wear the medium large. So much like the Olena sweaters and some of the other ones like that, where they come in the 2 sizes, the medium large are definitely very generous and can definitely work to size up for a lot of folks. This one isn't quite as long on me just because I am sizing down to that medium large from a typical 3X, and I am very tall. You'll see, especially on Christine, it's like on me, it's like tunic length. It's like long sweater, borderline tunic. On Melissa, it's definitely tunic length. Carrie, it's tunic to dress, and then on Christine, it's like borderline a dress. So keep that in mind. That is based on if you're sizing down and what your height is, it might not fit quite as long, but it's still very roomy, really cute. This would look absolutely adorable with a pair of like leather look leggings or like pebbled leggings and boots. Super pretty. That was someone had suggested styling it that way with the gray one, and totally agree. I think it would be absolutely adorable. Right, Abby? I had a feeling that you would have got the gray one too. And yeah, like the brown and the taupe, they're both super stunning. Like, I get everyone was super excited, and after the gray one was so popular, we're like, yeah, we definitely need to bring you guys more. So we did. Okay, so once again, these are the Unconditional Love tunic sweater vests. There is Cocoa and Taupe coming. This is the Cocoa, and I held up the Taupe earlier. They're going to be retailing for $64. And again, there are 2 size options. There's the small, medium, the medium, large. Christine and Carrie both take the small, medium, and Melissa and myself both take the medium, large. So that is everything from the daily drop tomorrow. That works for Plus is the sweater vests. I don't think there's anything from the Dex launch in Plus. No, there is not. So let's move on to the Thursday daily drop. Okay. Yes, we have actually literally everything. So the gray jeans that I'm wearing now, these are part of the Thursday daily drop, and actually literally everything else on the Thursday daily drop works for me. So I guess we'll just go through the whole kit and caboodle for Thursday. I'm gonna start with a tank top, and we have a really cute like plaid like shacket shirt kind of thing that I'm obsessed with. So let's start with those. was kind of surprised when I was like, I still have a lot of stuff on my rack. I only have 2 things from Wednesday. Like, where are the rest of it gonna go? And it's because it's the entire Thursday drop. So that's really cool. So the tank top that I'm trying on, not technically plus because it is POL or POL, but as we know very well by now, a lot of the POL pieces that are small, medium, large fit very generously, and I can wear a large in like a lot. I would say probably at least half of their pieces, well, their tops. I don't think we've had the same luck with bottoms. Not that they've had a lot of bottoms, but yeah. Okay. So, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this plaid shirt. It's just like, the colors just, it's so good. I love it, love it, love it, love it. This is another one that's probably, honestly, this whole outfit might have to get adopted and foster failed because I love everything that I am wearing. So let's start with the shacket. This is the Penny Checkered Hooded Shacket in orange. This one's going to be retailing for $74, and it comes in sizes small through 3X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X for this one. This one, for the size, everyone wears a typical size, so Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa takes the 1X, and I am in the 3X for this one. It is definitely an oversized fit. If you didn't want it to be quite so oversized, you could size down, but to me, like, that's the point of a shacket, so I have every intention of staying with my 3X because this like super fun, loose, cozy fit is how I want my shackets to fit. That being said, if I wanted to size down and have it be still loose but not oversized, the 2X would definitely work for me, but this is definitely the vibe that I adore. I need to get up close to show the colors because it is orange and then this like deep like berry pinky red color, like it's almost like a wine red, but it's almost a little more pinky than that, and then it's got this like cream color as the base, and then there's this like pinky mauve color. Like I'm obsessed with like the pink orange combo. Like it's so good. It's so good, and I love how bright, like Halloween-y the orange is on the hood and stuff, but then because it has these other more typical like muted fall tones, it kind of brings the tone of everything down, so it's not screaming like Halloween orange. It's just like a really nice, like fun, like expressive color palette without being like too in your face, you know. If I turn around, you can see more of that orange hood there, and yeah, I'm just excited. I love it so much. Yeah, it is quite oversized, but like I said, like I'm trying to line up, this is where the buttons, if I had the buttons done up, this is kind of where they'd be sitting. So again, yeah, definitely oversized, but for me, that's kind of, in my mind, like how a shacket fits. So you could definitely size down if you didn't want that super oversized vibe, but I'm in love. I am obsessed with this one. So once again, this is the Penny Checkered Hooded Shacket in orange. Size is small to 3X for this one, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X. And we all took our typical sizes for this one. And then underneath, I have the Dawn V-neck button tank in black. We have seen this one before from POL, just not in black, but we've had it in a few different colors. Sorry, I'm just gonna go hang up the shacket. So this one is available in sizes small, medium, and large. And of course I am in the large. As we know with POL, their pieces are very, very generous. I won't go into too much detail on this one because we have seen it before in other colorways. We do have these buttons here. The 4 on the bottom, these are all functional buttons. I struggled with these ones a little bit less today. And then these ones at the top, there are 2 actual, like they are actual buttons, but there's no buttonholes here. But if you did want to make them functional buttons, you could, if you are able to make, like if you have like a sewing machine with a buttonhole function or you know how to do that, you could add buttonholes, but it, as is 4 functioning buttons and then 2 just for funsies up here. Super gorgeous ribbed fabric, definitely fits, at least on me, like closer to the body, but not tight by any means. It's super stretchy and super comfy. So once again, this is the Dawn V-neck button tank in black from POL or POL. $67 for this one, sizes small, medium, and large. waiting for you to try it on. You order the 2X and see just how oversized it is. Oh, I'm glad that you got it. I'm assuming you got it from the Monday Night Live shopping, Linda. I'm glad. And yeah, because you wear a 16 in Judy's typically, I think the 2X will be perfect for you. I think that'll just like fit like oversized, but you're not going to be swimming in it. I think if you had ordered the 3X, it probably would have been too much for you, but I think the 2X is going to fit you perfectly. So I'm also really glad you got it too. I'm excited to like hear how you like it, because I'm obsessed. I didn't get a chance to watch the Monday Night Live yesterday, so I did not get to pre-order it, but I'm still hoping that there's one in my size by the time they launch. We do try to hold off enough stock so that there is still at least every size available when they launch on the actual day, but yeah. Anyways, again, this was the Dawn V-neck. And then finally, we can get to the jeans that I've been wearing for a hot minute here. So these are the Judy Blue Mid-Rise Tummy Control Skinny Grays, aka the Stannis. I'm just gonna scooch the tank up so that we can see them. These ones are gonna be retailing for $94, and they are available in the typical Judy Blue size range of 0 through 15, and then 14W through 24W. As is almost always the case when I am wearing a skinny jean from Judy, I am opting for my 18. Even with these ones being tummy control, because I know sometimes with tummy control they can make them a little bit more constricted, or I guess not constricted, but just a little bit more structured in this area. But even with the tummy control, I am still in my 18. That is definitely my true size. I still have a little bit of room in the waist, but not too much, and I'm not getting the extra fabric. Well, a little bit, but that's just the shape of my body too. So the 18 is definitely my true size for this pair of jeans. I'm really excited about these. I've been waiting for a pair of light gray skinny jeans because I have a cosplay that I've been working on, and the character wears light gray skinny jeans. And I have a couple of like gray skinny or straight leg jeans that I've gotten from Judy, but they're not quite the right shade. And these are like perfectly the shade that this character wears. And I already have like a bomber jacket that will work for him, and I'm working on crafting a like ball cap for him. So like, this is exciting because not only will I buy these for cosplay, I will also just like wear these, but these are also like, I try to buy like when it's staple pieces like that. I don't try to just buy things just for a costume. I try to buy things I would also wear. And if it's not something I would actually wear, I try to like make it or craft it. So anyways, not that you guys really need a reason why I'm gonna be buying this pair of jeans, but I am really excited about these. I love this light gray wash. I also love the pocket detailing. They have this cool kind of like wavy W thing going on with the back pocket here, which I think is really pretty. I also like that these ones aren't physically distressed. I feel like a lot of light wash gray jeans we get like this just kind of like inherently are always coming with physical distressing. So it's nice to have a pair that is just letting the wash kind of speak for itself. I'm really, really excited about that. So once again, these are the Judy Blue Mid-Rise Tummy Control Skinny Grays, aka the Stannis. These ones are going to be retailing for $94, and again, sizes 0 through 24W. Everyone kind of took their typical size. Christine in the 3, Carrie in the 9, Melissa in the 14, and then I took my 18 for these guys. Okay, we still have a bunch of tops to get through for today. I have 2 more t-shirts and a like button-up top from Risen. It's like not quite a denim shirt, it's a tinsel shirt is how it's described. And it's honestly gorgeous, so I'm really excited to try that one on. I'm really torn because I always try to pick like a favorite piece of the week, or at least like a favorite daily drop. And I'm really torn between today's daily drop with all the emerald green stuff and the Thursday daily drop, because the Thursday daily drop is just so good. It's definitely this like mauve-y, rosy theme, and you'll see why I say that in 2 seconds here. The orange plaid shacket definitely seems like a bit of an outlier until you see it up close, and it does have that like rose mauve undertone like in the plaid pattern, and then it just makes sense. I actually in my photos online I paired it with this top underneath, and they looked so good together, just gorgeous. I don't actually have the inseam information, Linda, so that's one that you might have to message customer service. Just based on how they look on me, I'm gonna guess, like they're kind of ankle jeans on me, so I'm gonna guess they're probably like a 28 or a 29. No more than 30 for sure. They're definitely on the shorter side, which is pretty typical for skinny jeans from Judy. Okay, so let's talk about this button-up shirt, because this is another one that I'm in love with. Very much like the Shaka, this one definitely has a bit of an oversized vibe. So if you wanted it to be less oversized and more of just like a relaxed fit, you could size down. But once again, I kind of like the oversized cozy vibe, so I am still in my typical size. So this is from Risen. Again, they're plus size, just immaculate. This is the Frankie oversized tencel shirt in mauve. This one is available in sizes small through 3X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X, which the denim jacket didn't have. So that's interesting that this one does have that. And we all wore our typical size. So Christine in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa opted for the 1X, and then I am in my typical 3X for this one. Again, it is described as being oversized, and I think that is kind of the intention. So I, even like I said, I probably fit-wise I could size down, but I like how oversized and flowy and like cozy casual this gives. I love the color as well. And then if you turn around, you can see it's definitely got kind of like that dress shirt cut. It doesn't have the yoke in the back, but it has like the way that the sides fall and everything. The sleeves are a good length for me. They're not covering my fingers or anything, but they are like covering my wrists. If I do this, they're a little bit on the short side, but I mean, that's just my lot in life that I get as being a tall person. The buttons are fully functional, of course, and if I line up the buttons, this is about how it would fit done up. Once again, though, I, much like the Shacket, this is something I would definitely style open like this. How I styled it previously in my photos is I left it open and then I tied my t-shirt underneath just to kind of give it a little bit of more structure underneath, and then have it kind of drape over top, which I think is really cute. I think you could also opt and go the opposite direction, where you could leave your undershirt out and then you could potentially tie this up this way as well. I mean, this is not a good knot because I just threw it together, but like, so there's definitely different ways you could style this and play with it, and super cute. I think that these two colors pair together so beautifully too, because they're like the same color family, just different like saturations and vibrancies, but super beautiful. So again, this is the Risen Frankie oversized tencel shirt in mauve, $84 for this one, sizes small through 3X, and we all took our typical sizes for this one. And then the t-shirt I have underneath, this is the Viva V-neck tee in Mulberry. This one is from the brand Mito Shop. We've had this one launched in a couple of different colors the last couple of weeks. And it's super cozy. It's one of those, sorry, I'm just hanging this shirt up. I will keep talking while I do. It's definitely one of those like super soft, buttery, like really nice feeling t-shirts as well. So this one is available in sizes small through 2X, but it is definitely more of a generous, relaxed fit t-shirt. So I'm in the 2X. If I wanted to be more fitted, I could almost even size down to the 1X, but again, I am cool with the more oversized fit that I am getting here. So with this one, everyone's in their typical size, with Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium. Melissa opts for the extra large as opposed to the 1X. And then I am in the 2X, and like I've mentioned with this Mito Shop brand, it's almost like their 2X fits more like a true 3X. So I've been really happy in everything 2X from them. So this one's gonna be retailing for $44. Just quickly go through the features. It's not our first time seeing this one, but just as a reminder, we've got this really nice like V-neck. We have this rolled detailing around the sleeve. We have the pocket here. It is quite a nice length as well. It's on the longer side, and of course very flowy because it is relaxed. We do have a pretty dramatic scoop on the side, and we can see that it is a little bit longer in the back, almost tunic length. Again, if you're more petite like Christine, this t-shirt is pretty much tunic length on you. Again, you could potentially size it down. Yeah, it really is a lot of room for a 2X for sure, Linda. Like, you could probably very safely wear a 1X in this one because of how oversized it is. So once again, this is the Viva V-neck tee in mulberry, sizes small through 2X with this one. And a reminder, it does tend to fit a little bit on the oversized fit. We all wear a typical size, with Melissa opting for the extra large as opposed to the 1X. And then I myself am in the 2X for this one. And then we have one more top that is launching on Thursdays. We have a graphic tee, which is really cute. So I'm gonna go throw that one on. This is going really fast when I don't have to change pants at all. Very handy. Let me just grab a sip of coffee real quick. Okay, here we go. So this is the Patchwork Peace Sign graphic tee in black. This one is going to be available from sizes small through 3X, and it is retailing for $69. Just a little note is that for some reason, just with like, it must have been just like the batch processing when they did their dyes, the color of like the t-shirt itself for the plus size is a slightly darker, more like faded black gray, as opposed to the sizes small, medium, large, which are more of like a charcoal gray, whereas this one is like a deeper like slate gray. So just a little bit of a notice, the plus sizes are a little bit darker for this one. So again, sizes small through 3X. Everyone wears their typical size for this one. So Christine is in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X, and then I am in the 3X for this. This one is 100% cotton, which is always awesome. And this one's retailing for $69. This one is definitely your like oversized like boyfriend fit kind of tee for sure. This one I definitely would not size down in though, because it's that like oversized but like still cut for your shape but to fit in an oversized. I think if I were to size down to a 2X, I think I might lose a little bit too much in the shoulder and then it's not going to sit properly. So I don't think this one's as simple as just like sizing down if you want it to fit a little bit closer. I do think that this one is very like true to size in how it fits. It is definitely on the longer side, as we can see. This one's like gonna be tunic-ish length for a lot of people. No scallop or anything on the side, it is just cut straight across. And then again, we can see that it is quite long in the back as well. Same length, front and back. And then we have these really nice roomy sleeves. The shoulder is slightly dropped, but I wouldn't quite call it like a true drop shoulder because it's only like maybe a couple inches under where it would used to be. So I think it's just more of that like oversized cut to fit rather than a true drop shoulder on this one. And then if we get up close, we can see the like patchwork. So this is screen printed, but it has all this different patterning. The screen printing isn't like that like hard kind either. Like it is like the really soft kind that moves with the fabric and everything as well. And it is like just really cute. I love how all the different patterns, and I like how it's like varying degrees of like fading on the pattern, if that makes sense, to give it that distressed vibe. It's super cute. Oh, this screams you, Abby. I had a feeling that this would be a t-shirt that you would be into because this just screams Abby to me in like every way possible. It's that cool like rocker chick vibe, and I definitely get that from you. Definitely. So super cute. I love this one for sure. So again, this is the Patchwork Peace Sign graphic tee in black. $69 for this one. It is 100% cotton, sizes small through 3X. It does fit like oversized, but I would still say true to size because it's not like scale it down. It's like cut to look oversized kind of thing, if that makes sense. Okay, so that was everything for Thursday. Thursday is absolutely stacked for a daily drop. We had 2 t-shirts, the tank top, the button-up shirt, the plaid jacket, and the jeans. So like, I think Thursday, like even with all the Emerald Green stuff, I think Thursday is my favorite daily drop of the week. Like it's just such a good day. All right, I'm checking Thursday evening. I don't think none of the bonus drops for Thursday are in plus. So we can move on to Friday. I don't know why I said it like that. We have, I think I have 1 or 2 tops. There's another graphic tee that's coming out. And it's interesting because this one is like, it's from the same brand, I believe, as the one I'm wearing, but it's a small, medium, and a medium large, but the medium large fit's actually really similar to this one. So, so I'm just gonna try it on and show you. I'm gonna confirm that they are indeed the same brand. So the one that I'm wearing is a brand called Zutter. I was gonna say Zanana, but no, but it is something else that starts with a Z. And then this one is also from the brand Zutter. So yeah, same brand, but very different sizing, but then it also fits similarly, which is interesting. So I'll just put it on and show you. Okay, here we go. This one is the, where'd it go? This is the World Tour 1987 graphic tee in black. This one is also retailing for $69. This one is also 100% cotton. And yeah, this one comes in 2 sizes, small, medium, and medium large. Carrie and Christine both wear the small medium, and then myself and Melissa are both in the medium large. So yeah, interesting, like completely different sizing, but I feel like they fit. So this one I would say is definitely more of like true cut to be oversized, as we can see like with the shoulders. Like this one is like a true like drop shoulder. The sleeves are a lot wider and baggier, and this one I think is less one of those like cut to look oversized but still true to size. This one I think just really is truly oversized. I mean, I am also obviously sizing down in it, and considering, I think that definitely goes to show the other one is very true to size. If that was a 3X and it fit me very similarly to how this medium large, which is truly oversized, fits. So this one being 100% cotton, like this t-shirt itself is so soft. It's that kind of like brushed textured cotton, and I love it. It feels almost like pajamas. Like this is definitely the perfect like comfy, cozy vibes oversized t-shirt. Super cute, definitely very generously sized. Again, if I am in the medium large and it's still fitting me this generously. So definitely oversized. This one is more of like a true gray color, whereas the other one was like a faded like black slate color. And this one is, because it just has the 2 sizes, the small, medium, and the medium large, the color is consistent between the 2. Man, I can't stop just like, every time I put my hands on my hips, I'm like, dang, this shirt is so soft because it's that brushed cotton. I love it. Okay. So once again, this is the World Tour 1987 graphic tee in black. $69 for this one, small, medium, and medium large. This one, Carrie and Christine both wear the small, medium, and myself and Melissa both wear the medium large. Okay, I think, yeah, that was my everything actually for the Friday daily drop. And then we'll move on to Amber. Oh, we don't have it tagged yet apparently. But we do have, I think they maybe are waiting for more. They don't have it all tagged, but we have a couple of ampersand pieces picked. So I will try one on and hold up the other. They are both university hoodies. So the one that I'm trying on is called First Date. And then the other one is one of the patchwork ones. This isn't the one that's been asked about a bunch in the group, because that's the one that comes in more of like a rust orange color as the dominant color palette, whereas this one is like orange and blue. So this one is called Feeling Butterflies, university hoodie, and then the one that I'm wearing is the First Date. So they're going to be retailing for whatever the usual price is. I can never remember off the top of my head. For our university hoodies. yeah, so these are both going to be launching on Friday. We don't have them tagged yet in Shopify, so I can't see all of the details or what else is launching. I just know that these two options are coming. We know already that I'm obsessed with the University app. This one is so cute. I know it's not the same patchwork one that everyone was posting about, but I actually prefer this one. I love how vibrant the orange in this one is, and I love the little contrast of like the baby blues and the royal blues, because like I love orange and blue as a combo because they are true opposites. Like on the color wheel, royal blue and orange are like directly across from each other, so they are known as, is it complementary or contrasting? I think they're contrasting colors. They're on the opposite sides of the color wheel, but I've always loved them together. So like, just super adorable. Okay, Abby, so for the tees, the first one with the peace sign is on Thursday, and then the other one that I just tried on was on Friday. So you'll want both of those. And absolutely, Abby, I think you're gonna love both of them. Yeah, these are super, super cute. Yes, you can see the one I am wearing up close. So it has this like, just like kind of picnic table cross pattern, and then if you get close, they almost remind me of like little dandelions. You can see that's like these little flowers and then the little stars in them. It kind of reminds me of like a dandelion that's gone to seed, and then they have this really small, like almost like graph paper kind of pattern on the cuff, and then that same small like graph paper check is what's on the hood as well. And then the pocket is that same, like the little like dandelion patterns. And I like that from a distance, it looks like big circles. And then when you get up close, you see more of the small circles of the little like star things more than like the big circles, which is adorable. So again, I don't have the full details, but these are the university hoodies that are launching, and they are so cute. And then I think we have a Saturday launch that I would pair over the hoodie, so I'm just double checking. We sure do. Okay, so we have some really cute little puffer vests that are launching. We have them coming in 3 colors. They're the Priya puffer vests, and so I'm gonna put on the black one, and then I'll bring out the other 2 colors, and they are so cute. And I love styling vests over a hoodie like this, so as soon as I saw them next to the ampersand hoodies, I was like, oh heck yeah, these are absolutely how I would wear these. Okay. So again, these are the Priya puffer vests. They are going to be retailing for $67 each, and they are available in sizes small through 3X. I am wearing my typical 3X in these ones. So this is the black one that I am wearing, obviously. And then we have 2 other colors. We have Ecru and Fuchsia, which I love that we have like the 2 most like neutral colors and then the most anti-neutral color you could possibly get. Just gorgeous. Sorry, excuse me. They are a little, they're not like the long vests like the Dex one that launched earlier. It is nice to see a cropped vest, and just in general, we haven't had a plus sized vest, especially a puffer vest, in a long time. So the fact that we're getting them in 3 different colors and that there's 2 neutrals and a fun one, I am seriously just obsessed. They are so cute, and like look how good they look over an ampersand, which is my favorite way to wear a vest. I always wear them over hoodies like this. This is my ideal cold weather dog walking outfit when it's like minus, well not minus, once it's minus I'm probably wearing an actual coat, but I would say like from like 2 to 12 degrees, my like ideal dog walking outfit is a puffer vest over top of a hoodie. And then depending on how cold it is, depends on the hoodie. If it's less cold, then I will opt for, like if it's still like 12, 13 degrees, I'll opt for like a double hood or a university hood. And then if it's quite cold, I'll put a single hood on underneath, and that's like fabulous. They're not super thick. They're definitely more on the thin side, but they are still quite insulated. But they're not like a really thick, heavy puffer, and they're not puffed on the inside. So these are still definitely like a lighter weight vest. I would say these probably wouldn't take you too far into like negative temperatures. This is definitely more of like a fall outer vest rather than like a winter puffer vest, but it is still definitely like puffer vest in the vibe, and it is still quite warm as well. So again, this is the Priya puffer vest. We have it in the black, the Ecru, and the Fuchsia. These are going to be launching on Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And again, we have them in sizes small through 3X. And they are true to size. Everyone wore their typical sizes for these ones. So, all right. That is everything for me. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, my name is Michelle. I am the 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a 3X top and bottom. I wear an 18 to 20W in Judy Blues. Numerically, in other brands, I'm like a 20, 22-ish, depending on the brand. And for height reference, I am 6'1", so I'm very tall. So I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time to try on all of the plus size pieces that launch at LLB throughout the week. So if that is something that interests you, you can find me here again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. So I will see everyone next week. Thank you so much.